Hello, everyone. This is Word Project 3. I already have it open to the SimNet assignments. You will click your start file to download. And then, of course, here are your instructions. I'm going to switch over to the document. And I am going to enable editing. Okay, so we're gonna jump down to step 3, since step 1 or 2 are just opening up your document and renaming it if you needed to. So step 3A, step 3, we're gonna review and delete selected comments and track changes. So you can see here that this document they've taken it and they track the changes that they've made. Why someone might do this is maybe you have two offices, two people are working on the same document or contract or whatever it is, and they're going back and forth adding and deleting things that they feel necessary, but they want the other person to know all of the steps that they've taken so that everyone is on the right track. So this is showing all of the changes that this Randy Nordell has made. And so what is 3A is change the display for review to all markup. So I'm going to go to Review tab. Then right here, if it doesn't say all markup, you should see all of these. Make sure and choose that. It might come up, it might say simple markup, because it all depends on how it opens up in how your program is set up. So make sure this says all markup. Then 3B, it says read the comment at the top of the document and then delete it. So the top comment at the top of the document right here says, please review the track changes and accept, reject as desired. Also add footnote, citation, a works cited page, a table of contents, and a cover page. All right, so we read that, and we are going to delete this. So I'm going to go over to I'm going to go up to the three dots here, and I'm going to click delete thread. Okay, so I deleted that. Now, as 3C, find the first track change of the document. So this is the left-right margin. So we know that the default margin normally is 1111 across around the page. So this person changed the left to 125, right to 125, and top to 2 inches. And they want to reject this. So we need to select this change. You can see when I click on it, it has 2 red lines on either side. And everything that change affects is selected, which of course it affects the whole document. So we're going to select this, and we want to, we want to go over to changes, and we want to reject this format change. Now you can just click up here on this main button because we're just rejecting it. And you can see how the document changed its spacing. I noticed this in my face-to-face class that not a lot, but a few students, they missed this step, and then it changed the spacing of their entire document and it threw them off. So make sure that you do that. And then step 3D, review the changes of the document and accept all the changes. So we're going to just pretend we've looked through all of these changes and read it, and we're like, we agree with all of them. So I'm going to click this little down arrow, and I'm going to select accept all changes. There we go. And now you should be at your regular document. Now we're going to go to step 4. And step 4A, we are going to apply the title style to the header. To the title of the document. I'm going to go to the Home tab, and I'm going to select title. Then it says 4B, apply heading 1 style to all the bold headings. So here's a bold heading. I'm going to select that, and I'm going to select heading 1. You can tell I'm going a little bit faster with these because we've already done this in the last couple of assignments. So you should be familiar with going to the styles area. All right, so I'm going to go down and find where the other, here it is, the other bolded section heading, minimizing text anxiety. I'm going to select heading 1. And now it says apply the heading 2 style to all the underlined headings. So I'm going to go back up to the top and I'm going to select introduction. I'm going to apply the heading 2 style. And then once I do that, I am going to double click on this format painter. And I am just going to go beside each of these underlined headings and I'm going to select them. And it should change it so it looks exactly like this. I did have some students in my class, actually it was probably about 5 or 6, that when they would do this, they would do the format painter. It was changing this, but it was keeping the underline. You don't want that to happen. If for some reason your program is doing that, then what I would tell you to do is make sure your top one looks right. It should look like this with no underline. Change it to heading 2 and then select this one and just go up here and change it to heading 2. Don't use the format painter. That seemed to work on our for our issue. We really couldn't figure out why it was doing that. All right, so but my format painter is working, so I'm going to use it because it's quicker. And of course, you can always pause this video and do your document and start it back up. I missed heading 1 right here in this goal setting. All right, so I'm going to come back and get this in a second. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to click specific goals. All right, so I'm going to uncheck my format painter and I missed this goal setting. This is supposed to be heading 1. So I'm going to go down here and fix that. All right, done with that. I'm going to go up to the top of the document and step 5, insert footnotes. So step 5A, go to the schedule your time section on page 1. So here's page 1, schedule your time section, and insert a footnote after weekly schedules in the first sentence. So here's the first sentence, and then here's weekly schedules. Right after the S, I'm going to click my cursor. Now I'm going to go up to references, and I'm going to select insert footnote. You can see when I click on that, it brings me down to the bottom of that page. And from here, I need to type in what it says in step 5B. And it's weekly schedules are available from your counselor or in the college bookstore. I'm going to go back over what I typed because I want to make sure that I spelled it correctly, because the program is very particular when it grades, and you all know that. All right, now they want us to insert another footnote in the schedule your time section, still in that same section. And we're going to go down to the right here where it says be sure to schedule time for all these in your 119 hours. And it says put it the sentence and after the period. So after the period of this sentence, I'm going to add another footnote. And you can see it adds a second footnote, and I'm going to type in what it wants me to type in step 5D. All right, step 6. 6A, select the first footnote reference marker in the body and move it so it appears after weekly schedule in the track your time section. All right, so I'm going to go back up here to weekly schedules. They want us to take this one. And the easiest way, there's two ways you could do this. You could select it, drag it up to where you need it to be, or you can cut and paste. Sometimes it's a little hard to get your mouse exactly over it because it's so little. But I'm going to kind of widen my screen so that you can see it better what I'm doing. So you can see I'm selecting this one, so I'm highlighting it. I'm going to go up to home and I am going to click on cut. And they want me to add it after weekly schedule and track your time. So I'm going to go up here to track your time. I'm going to click right after weekly schedule and I am going to paste. All right, so you can see that one moved up to here. Now I want you to deselect and just leave your cursor just in the document blinking. Go back to your reference page. And they want us to change, these are 1 and then the other one's 2. They just want us to change them to ABC format. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to footnotes, the dialog box, and right here where it says format, number format, we're going to click on that and we're going to click ABC and we're going to apply that. So you can see here it changed this to a little a, and then the second one over here is a little b, and it changed these down here. Okay, the next thing, step 7, we're going to insert placeholders in the body of the document. Step 7A, we're going to go to the introduction section on page 1. So let's go to the introduction section right in the front and insert a new placeholder named Navarro at the end of the body paragraph after your advantage. So here's your advantage and before the period. So between the E and the period, put your cursor. Now we're going to go up here to the citations and bibliography area, and we are going to click on the insert citation, but when you do that, you're going to get a choice, and we want to add a placeholder. And then when we click placeholder, a window comes up. We need to type in Navarro and click OK. We will come back and fill out. It's exactly what it is. It's a placeholder. This is showing. So this is a citation, and if anyone's ever wrote any kind of paper, if you cite anything that is a direct quote from a reading document, website, whatever, you have to cite it. Otherwise, you are plagiarizing. So what this is I'm writing my paper and I don't want to enter in the citation information right now, but I do know that this is a citation. I'm going to put a placeholder here and then I'll come back and do it. All right, so now they want us to add another placeholder. They want us to go to text anxiety on page 2. So I'm scrolling down. Here we go. Test anxiety. And they want us to put the cursor after become a problem. So between the M and the period. I'm going to click insert citation, add a new placeholder, and they want this one to be Sierra. Now step 7C, they want us to go to goal setting on page 4. Goal setting. And they want us to insert the Navarro placeholder, not a new one, at the end of the intro paragraph. So after goals, before the period, between the S and the period. We're going to go up here and they want us to add Navarro. We are not adding a new placeholder. We already have placeholders here. We're going to choose this one. There you go. All right, now after we've added those placeholders, we are going to go back and step 8 and insert the citation information, the source information. So to edit this, we are going to go up to citations and bibliographies. We're going to go to manage sources, right? Those are our sources. I'm going to click on that. When this comes up, we're going to click on Navarro and we're going to click edit. Now, the first thing we have to do is what kind of source are you getting this from? This is a book. So we're going to go and find book, because depending on what you choose, you will have different windows here. I am going to also click on show all bibliography fields, okay, because there are way more than what that smaller window gives you, and you will need those. So the author, step 8A, type it in exactly how the instructions tell you to. I've had a couple students that type in the author's name, the last name, first name, because that's what they're used to doing manually. Don't do that. The program will do it for you after it's done. But so we're going to just type it in exactly how step 8A says. Okay, I'm going to click OK. And now I'm going to go up to Sierra, and I'm going to edit, and I'm going to enter in, I'm going to show all bibliography fields, and I am going to change this to document from a website. And I am going to enter in the information that is in step 8B. Make sure you make this a corporate author. So what is a corporate author? It is when you go to a website and you get information off of it, many times there's not going to be an author. You're not reading an article. You're just reading information that somebody put on the site. So what you have is a corporate author. So the information you're pulling from this comes from Sierra Pacific Community College District, and it's going to come from their website, but it doesn't matter where it comes from. You still have to cite it. Now, make sure that when it says, year accessed, we need to scroll down. So you have a year, which we put 2022. Now go down to the year access. Now, of course, what you're using this for is you are going to add these sources, and the program is going to make your works cited or resource page for you. I don't know if any of you have ever had to do that on your own by scratch, just typing it in and trying to get all the formatting right, depending on what kind of type of paper you're writing, but it is a pain. So this is going to make your life much easier in your other classes, because you are going to be writing, at some point, you're going to be writing a research paper or many research papers. All right, I'm going to make sure I spelled this right. Click OK, and I'm going to click close. All right, step 9, use the researcher to insert a citation. We had problems with this step in class. So I am going to tell you to use, there's an alternative item they tell you to do, or you can go through the steps A through E. Do the alternative. That's what we're about to do. The other steps don't work, and it will count it wrong. So the alternative, we're going to go to the procrastination section on page 1. Here's procrastination. And we are going to insert the insertion point at the end of the 3rd sentence and before the period, a million disguises. So right here, procrastination masquerades in a million disguises after the S before the period. and we are going to insert the citation of the Sierra Pacific Community District, and it will look like this. All right, so that's all we're doing for step 9. Ignore those other steps. I'm going to put that in the email when I send this video to students, and I hope that students read it or watch this video of how to do this, because like I said, I took a class of students and we did it all wrong. All right, step 10, change bibliography style and insert a works cited page. We are going to change the bibliography style, APA, MLA. You will learn about this in your in your English composition class. There's different styles to how you write papers depending on what area you go into. People who go into the sciences will use a one version. People that go into the arts usually use another version. So there, right now it says APA style, and we are going to go down and we are going to choose MLA. Then we are going to go down to the end of our document. We are going to just click below Revise Goals. We are going to insert a page break. Go to Insert tab, page break. Now, the reason you want to do this, don't just go to the end and hit enter a bunch of times and get, paragraph markers here. Because what happens if you change anything in this document up here, it's going to mess up your spacing on your works cited page. So get comfortable using page breaks. In fact, I'm going to go here and I want you to do it too with me. Go to Home and let's go ahead and add the Show Hide button because we're going to be needing it. So Show Hide is showing us all of the changes, all the formatting that we have in our document. I'm also going to pop up here and click Save real quick, because I haven't done that yet. All right, so now let's go down to the Works Cited page, and we are going to insert a Works Cited bibliography. So let's go back to the Reference tab, go down to Citations and Bibliography, click Bibliography, little down arrow, and then right here it's asking, do you want bibliography page, references? We want Works Cited. We're going to click on this Works Cited, and you can see how it did everything exactly the way it's supposed to be for the MLA style. This will make your life so much easier doing research papers. All right, step 11, insert a table of contents. Let's go up to now we're going to add a page break to the beginning of the document. So we're going to go all the way to the top. We're going to click right in front of the S. We're going to insert a page break. We're going to go up here. This is why I told you to turn on your Show Hide button, because we need to see this. So step 11B is place your insertion point before the page break. Okay, so make sure it's before, and type in student success tips and press enter. Now we are going to, in 11D, insert an automatic table 1 table of contents. So we are going to go back to references, and in the first section here, we're going to see table of contents, and we're going to click this little down arrow. And we can see right here, it says automatic table 1, and that is what we want. So we're going to go ahead and choose that, and you can see that it made a table of contents for our paper. Now, how did it do that? Do you remember us changing the those section headings, and we changed them to heading 1 and heading 2? This is what we did. It shows us that this section, time management, and then all the subsections underneath time management, and it tells the page number. So this is a really cool thing to put, especially if you have a longer document. Okay, so we need to apply the title style to the student success tips. So let's go ahead and select student success tips. We're going to go to Home. You guys are familiar with the styles, and click title. Okay. I'm just going over my instructions, making sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. Step 12, we're going to insert a footer and add custom content. So edit the footer on the first page of the document, which is our table of contents. So I always get to the header or footer. I just go to the bottom of my document and I double click on it. You double click, it brings you the footer. When you want to get out of the footer, you click up in the document. I'm going to go back to the footer and I'm at here. You can see footer. When you're in the footer, you have an extra toolbar up here, the header footer toolbar. So the first thing we need to do is we need to check step 12B, check the different, odd, and evens page. So right here, options, different, make sure this is selected, different, odds, and even pages. And you can see right here, it says odd page footer. If yours doesn't say that, make sure that's checked. We are going to insert accent bar 2 from the page number current position dropdown. So we're going to add a page number right here. It says it wants us to go to current position, which means right where our cursor's at. And they want us to choose accent bar 2. All right, so insert accent bar 2. We're going to hit the tab button twice for 12D. When you hit it twice, it should be all the way at the end of your document. And we are going to insert document title. So we're going to go document info. And we are going to mine is popping up here, document title. If yours isn't showing here, click on the little over arrow and you can go down to title this way too. Okay, but we're going to click on that. And now we need to go to the even number footer. So this is odd, because normally when you do one thing in a footer, it's going to do it to the same to all, but we've made them different. So we are going to go down here to even page footer. We are going to add the page number, current position, accent bar 2. We're going to hit the tab key twice, but this time instead of the title, they want us to put in the company name. So let's click on document, document property, and company. All right, so it should say Sierra Pacific. I'm sorry, Sierra Pacific. We are now down to 12G. They want us to change the font size to 10 and apply bold formatting to all footer content in both the even and odd footers. Since we're over down here in the even, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this. Make sure you select everything in the footer. Okay, so page 2 all the way over, not just this. I'm going to go to home. I'm going to change it to a 10 point and I'm going to bold it. Now I'm going to go up to the odd footer, and I'm going to select the whole thing, change it to 10, and make it bold. All right, now I'm going to close the footer by just double clicking up in the document. Step 13, I'm going to insert and customize a cover page. So the first, you don't have to be in it, just as long as you're in your document, you're good. And you're going to go to the insert page, the insert tab. You are going to click on cover page and you are going to go down until you find slice light cover page. Slice light. Okay, so we have our cover page. I put it at the very beginning of the document, obviously. They want us in 13B, delete the subtitle, the subtitles under the title and the course. So right here, this document subtitle, I'm going to select it and I'm going to hit just my backspace key. I didn't get the period, so I want to get that too. Okay. Yeah, I don't. There we go. All right. Make sure you get everything in there. I'm going to select the course title and I am going to hit delete. All right, insert page. Okay, now they want us to go up to the title here on this cover page, select student success tips. So we're on step 13B. Select that. We're going to go to home and we're going to change this to 40. Now, if you click on the down arrow, those are 40. Just go in there, highlight that 32 or whatever it is that you have and type in 40. Just because it's here doesn't mean you can't choose it. So it's 40. And then they also want you to bold it. So go ahead and select, make sure that's still selected and you want to bold. So 40 and bold. All right, step 14. They want us to insert a page break before physical signs of test anxiety heading. So let's go down to physical signs of test. So it's right here. You can see it starts at the very bottom and it breaks it off. And it's far enough at the bottom where if we do a page break, it's not going to make the page look weird. So that's why you would do a page break like in the middle of your document if you want to keep a section together. So let's click on insert and we're going to click on page break. All right, so but after we do that, our table of contents won't be correct anymore. So we need to go and fix that. So all we have to do is just go up to references. Doesn't matter where your cursor's at. Go up to references and click update table. And then click update entire table. Okay. 16, it says share the document with your instructor. Don't share it with me. Please don't send me links. I don't need that. Thank you for following directions, but don't follow that direction. No 16. Don't worry about sending it into me. You're sending it into the system and it's getting graded, so it's all I need. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and save this document. And I am going to go back to the instruction page and the submission page. So on upload, I'm going to click upload my file. And I'm going to hope that I did everything correct. Okay, so that is project 3. Thank you.